Hey guys, Chauncey Phillips here. Welcome to brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping today. Today going to go out and see the kind of stuff that came out today. Going to try and go to a couple different spots or two. Not 100% sure on everything that came out today, so going to see the kind of stuff, see if there's anything different out as well. Also going to have a couple new DVD and Blu-ray reviews at the end of this video as well, so stay tuned for those. And this weekend I'm going to have my main update as well, so a bunch of cool titles in that one coming up as well, so stay tuned for that. So anyway though guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Costco we go. I don't know if I'm the only one, but every time I come in this parking lot, I feel like it's going to be the end of my life. Because like people are driving real crazy, and people are in here now getting samples of everything, going nuts. All these cars are backing up every direction here. But I feel like, you know, this is going to be the parking lot where probably one day, I feel like I'm going to be mowed down. I don't know why. Every time I come here, I feel like it. Just because of how nuts it is here. I feel like it's going to be my demise coming to Costco. So we're seeing anything different in here, and they have a couple different Criterion ones in here. Every so often they get some Criterions in here for a pretty decent price, kind of like the price that they have them when they have them on, you know, the half price sale at you know, Barnes and Noble. But we'll look through here and see if there's anything in here different today. And a lot of times they have like these kind of box sets in here for a cheaper price, like these Route 66 ones, like kind of random ones in here, like these Shakespeare ones and these World War ones. So it's like every so often they get some different stuff, and usually around the holidays they have bigger sales though on the box sets, I've always noticed. And one of the things that's weird here is how like they have some things when they have the slipcover and you have to go in the front and get them. And it always reminds me of Toys R Us in the early days when you used to have to get those papers and then you had to go to that one place and they would pick them up in the back. It was like, you know, with video games they used to do that, and a couple things like certain bigger items. But I never understand why they have like all the movies out, most of them, but then certain ones you have to go and get them. I never understood that system in there of those. And these are the newer, you know, re-releases of WALL-E and some of the Pixar ones that have come out. I think last week these ones came out in here. And they have a couple other Criterions over here, The Graduate, you know, The Kid, Bicycle, and I think this came out today, the Star Trek, the complete original series, this one. I think so, and I think there's also a Next Generation one in this new box set. I think it's just a reissue of them. I believe they have the Blu-ray one as well of this. Into Big Lots we go. And this Big Lots, I haven't been to this one in like 2 or 3 years, because I used to come over here to this Kmart. Used to be a Kmart that closed down a couple years back, so I haven't been in this area in a long time, and I wanted to come back to Big Lots because the one I went to last week, you know, they had a couple of the new stuff in here that they got in, but there's a lot of different Blu-rays that came out that they didn't have, like Straw Dogs and a couple other ones, so I'm going to see if they have those ones in there. I know that Straw Dogs remake wasn't great, but I think it would have been like $2 or $3 on Blu-ray, so I probably would have got that one if they had it. So we're going to head on in there and see if they have any different ones. Well, I see the movies, so let's take a look and see if they have any of these Blu-rays in here. I see some Blu-rays over here, so we'll see if they have. Oh, they do it here for $3. Straw Dogs, a remake. Like I said, this wasn't really that great, but I haven't watched this in a really long time. This is one of those ones that I did want to get. I have this one though, Gentlemen Broncos. If you guys don't have that, I really love this movie. This is a really good Jared Hess, you know, the Napoleon Dynamite director's movie. This is one I would definitely recommend, but we'll keep looking through here. And I think this one is a different one I haven't seen. Vampires Suck, but that really wasn't a good movie at all. This one, Get the Gringo, I Love You, Beth Cooper. I think this one I've seen though a lot. They have a couple other different ones like Nim's Island 2, Sessions for $2.88, so they marked that one down. That was a pretty good movie though. House Bunny, Love and Other Drugs for $5. It's funny how some are $5 and some are $2. This one, Marcy, May, and Marlene, I really like that one. That's only $2.50. Have that one already. This one's kind of a funny spoof of, you know, 30 Days a Night, Paranormal Activity, weird one. Shutter. I don't know if I've got this one or not for $2.50 or not. I think I do though. That was not bad. I remember there's some kind of creepy stuff with that weird ghost woman on the guy's back and stuff in this one. And they have some of the DVDs of Friday the 13th. Like I said, a lot of these have gone out of print for some reason, the Blu-ray release ones of these. And some of them are really expensive, some of the later collection ones. Because for some reason they all went out. Because I think Warner Brothers licensed the movies, and I think, you know, the license might have expired, and that's why they went out. So if you see any of the later movies, look those up on Blu-ray. Because if you see them for cheap, those are really gone up really expensive in price now. But a couple of different things in here today, though. But I think I said I'm going to probably get, you know, the Straw Dogs, and I might get this one, What's Your Number? It wasn't that great, but for some reason, I don't know, I probably would watch that again. I haven't seen that since it was in theaters, though. They definitely have some weird stuff in here like this. I didn't even know there was a DVD of this one, Tasmania, Taz on the Loose. Used to always like that as a kid. This is one of those ones I felt like people really forgot about this show, the Tasmanian Devil one. Like, you never hear people talk about this. Like I said, I didn't even know that there was a DVD or anything of that out. They have this weird one in here, a Virus and Shocker. I've never seen this, you know, release one. It's kind of a weird release. It's that TG Direct company, kind of an odd one. Just like this one, this double pack of Cloverfield and Dark City. They definitely have some odder releases I've never seen anywhere else before in here. Yeah, so I ended up getting those two ones in there. Like I said, I haven't watched that one in a long time. The Straw Dogs remake was okay, but it's like for $3. It's one I didn't have, so I did want to pick that up though. Into Walmart we go. I just came in here and I saw they put out some of the Ghostbusters stuff in here, some of these Ghostbusters toys. These are kind of interesting ones. These are the new ones that just came out for the new movie. These, I think these must have just come in here today. I don't know what company put these out, Mattel ones. I think there might have been other ones of these as well. But that's kind of cool. These are starting to come out in here and seeing all these again. These are kind of cheesy looking though, these ones. The detail on these ones. I know the other thing that came out is the Ecto Cooler, but I haven't seen those anywhere. I wanted to get one just to kind of collect the case, even though it's not exactly the same, but these are definitely kind of cheesy looking. I don't know. The detail on these ones, the figures though are not bad though. These are the classic ones though, and they have, you know, all the original ones. Those are pretty cool as well. And they have some of these, like, bringing back, is this slime? I used to always, as a kid, mess with this stuff, and I used to stain up the carpet and really screw it up bad. So I used to, you know, my parents used to always throw these away because I used to really screw the slime up and get it all over the place. And here's the new Proton Pack in here. And I remember having one of these as a kid that did the same thing, you know, that broadcast the image of the ghosts on the wall. It's kind of cool just to see all these things, you know, coming out again for the new movie. Because, like, as a really little kid, I remember, you know, mainly the real Ghostbusters the most is what I remember, the toys of. This is an interesting one of, like, Slimer driving the car, and then this one of Slimer too, like a plush. So these are kind of cool just to see all these again. But like I said, the detail on some of these are not that great though. They're okay, kind of cheap looking though. Yeah, see, here's the big Slimer one, and I think it, oh yeah, it makes some noise. Yeah, Slimer classic ones. Those are kind of cool though. Yeah, it's doing a lot of noise. The new release is kind of picked over in here. So I don't know if they didn't put these ones out. I guess they might not have put some of these out, because this is like Martian, the extended cut, and Jarhead 3. Like, I don't know, they don't seem to have put them out in here. But like the big main release in here was Zootopia, was one of the main things that came out today. And the DVD one of this as well. And I think 13 Hours was today as well. But Zootopia though, really like this one a lot. This one's definitely, I would say, worth watching. But I guess these ones have not been put out yet or something. But in the section though, it's still all the same stuff that's been here for a while. Nothing else seems to have changed. I think this could have been put out today. This one Licks, I think, maybe. But other than that, I'm not seeing anything else different at all in here. I'm probably gonna check another Walmart as well, but you know, this is like a Walmart I haven't been to in a really long time. But you know, I just wanted to try and check this one out because it was close to the Big Lots I was at. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything else in this location. Like I said, we'll check another one too and see if they have any other stuff, but this one doesn't seem to have too much different today. Into the quality resale thrift store we go. So we're going to take a look in here and see if we can find anything in here today. I try and come in here every couple weeks and see, because I found some really decent stuff in here every so often, and like they change it out every once in a while, but a lot of times it ends up being the same stuff I've seen for a while. But we'll look through here and I'll show you guys if I end up finding anything. But like this thing, I've seen this weird bootleg of, you know, Beauty and the Beast. This in here a long time they had this. They have another classic, you know, bootleg in here. You know, a bootleg of the theatrical play of Medea's Family Reunion. It's a strange bootleg cover of this one. I'm pretty sure this is a bootleg of it, unless this is like a really, really early, like one that Todd Pelly was like selling himself years ago on his website or something. This is like before he was really known in 2002. Maybe it is. Maybe it's like maybe it's not a bootleg. It's like when he was just maybe selling himself or something. I don't know. There are a bunch of these old McDonald's and Burger King toys in here, like Bobby's World ones. They're like 3 for 99 cents. I used to have a ton of these ones. I think I still have a lot, but like these ones from Chippendales, Rescue Rangers. I had all these ones as a kid. This Mud Babies one with his eyes all like coming off like that. And it's funny too seeing a Tasmanian Devil one after we just saw that DVD of that in Big Lots. They even have a Barbie one. Into the DAV Veterans Thrift Store we go. this kind of a weird thing in here. California lobster diving, the video. Some video showing this woman going, you know, lobster diving. That's kind of a funny, weird thing in here. And this thing, I was thinking about this movie, this Amanda Bynes movie. I don't know. I always liked everything she was in. It's always like, it's too bad that she's kind of vanished off the face of the earth. Like, I always hope she comes back someday and does something again. Because I remember kind of liking this movie. I know it wasn't good at all, but I don't know. I always liked it for some weird reason. But we're kind of looking through here and seeing if there's anything else different in here and see if they have anything out of print and stuff. But it looks like a lot of the same kind of generic stuff you see a lot. But besides that lobster diving thing, I don't really see anything else too different. Here's another Amanda Bynes. Someone's getting rid of all their Amanda Bynes movies. This is one I don't have. For some reason, I have never seen this one. I was even thinking a few days ago, I need to watch this one. But I don't know what the prices of things are in here. Like, if it was like $1 or something, I'd probably get it. There's this cool old Barnum and Bailey cup in here. You can't find prices on anything in this place. It's almost like nothing's priced, but this is a really cool old one. I don't know when this is from. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. It's kind of cool, like the Dancing Bears. Yeah, I didn't really get anything in there. There was no price on anything in there, and everything was kind of generic, the stuff you see a lot. But every so often, you never know. You've got to check these kind of places because you never know what kind of stuff you can find. Into Best Buy we go. Yeah, so the main one today was Zootopia, and they have the 3D one of this one as well, the lenticular cover. This one isn't exclusive though, but this is the 3D one of that. I don't think they have any exclusive releases though of this one, as far as I can tell, any steelbooks or anything. And these ones came out today, you know, Ghostbusters, you know, the 4K ones. So they have new artwork on these ones. I think it's all the same features and everything, but they're pretty cool new artwork on these ones. And, you know, and the Ghostbusters 2 one as well. I like these ones, you know, but I don't have the 4K. At some point down the line, I'm sure I'll get that. Like I said, too, here's one of the Star Trek. This is a pretty cool set of, like, all the original seasons, and then the Next Generation. Is it all of them? Yeah, this is the whole collection of Next Generation. And, you know, in Costco I saw the original one, but this is the Next Generation one. But I think there's a Blu-ray of these as well. It's $69.99 for the whole series. It's not a bad price. You know, Roots came out today as well on Blu-ray. And then they didn't have it in that one Walmart. We'll look at the other one, but they had, you know, Hail Caesar was today in 13 hours, and they have a 13 hours, you know, only at Best Buy, a Steelbook one for this one, if you guys are interested in that. So we'll take a look over here and see the stuff that came out today. This is one of the things that came out today, The Martian, the extended edition. It has 10 extra minutes of footage, so I don't know what's real different about this one, and if it's more like an R-rated type cut, because it's, you know, this cut's unrated, so I don't know if maybe that's what some of the stuff is that they cut out of it. They also have it in 4K, and this Rick and Morty came out today on Blu-ray, and, you know, vinyl, which I'm going to have a review of this one at the end of the video. And this one was today too, Kill Your Friends, which was kind of an interesting one, kind of an American Psycho sort of thing about the record industry. And Jarhead 3, which, you know, Dante Basco, you know, who is you know, Rufio and Hook was in this one. I remember he put us some behind the scenes videos for this for his YouTube channel, so kind of interested in seeing that just because to see what he does in this movie, but I'm sure it's not like a great one. And this one I believe today was today as well, War and Confirmation, which I don't know much at all about this one. This one also came out today from Asylum, Dead 7, and I don't know too much about what this one's about. I don't know what this one's kind of a takeoff on. I know they have one coming out down the line too of Suicide Squad, kind of takeoff movie, which kind of looks like it could be a fun, interesting one. But other than that, I don't see anything else too different here today. Well, let's head over to another Walmart and see if this one has some more stuff out, because the other one did not have much. Yeah, this location's put out all the stuff. So this one I'm going to review this one at the end of this video. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And they have the Martian cut here. And this one seems, like I said, seems to put all the stuff out that were not out in the other one. So this one was today too. I don't know what this is. I Am Potential. So this one, I don't know at all about this one. And like I think this one, Sammy Turtle Talk Reef. This was their, you know, one of these ones that came out here today as well. And they have an edition here of 13 hours. It comes with, you know, this camo shirt. So this is one of their exclusive editions here of that with the t-shirt that comes with it. And in here they actually put out some other stuff in here, because this one I knew, this one came out today, The Other Side of the Door. This is actually a pretty creepy movie. I actually did really kind of like this one. It's not a bad one. And then this one, they have Monsterland, and it's like a double pack that comes with Zombie World as well, like an exclusive 2-pack of that. This is a kind of cool anthology movie. This was another anthology one as well, Zombie World. Into Toys R Us we go. And they have a couple other Ghostbusters ones as well. They had this one they had in Walmart, and this Slimer one looks like his tongue like stretches out. Yeah, you stretch and pull his tongue out. So that's kind of a cool stretchy Slimer one. That's like one of the more old school ones, and I think it makes some noise when you, yeah, it doesn't seem to be working, but I think it does something like that. They also have this Stay Puft one that lights up like this, and this other one which is like the villain, one of the monsters, and some of these other ones in here as well. They're kind of a mix of like the old toys a little bit mixed with some of the newer ones. Into Target we go. At Target they have an exclusive edition of Zootopia with this exclusive packaging, only at Target packaging. It has over 15 minutes of content featuring interviews with the voice cast and first cuts of the film. So I guess that's like original cuts of certain scenes or something. So that's kind of interesting, but that's their exclusive one. It's this, it's weird, it's cheaper than the regular one. That's really strange because this one, their exclusive one, is $19.99, but then the regular edition, this one, is $22.99. So that's really odd because you're getting more with this one. So anyone who would come in here and buy that one would be kind of crazy over. That's really crazy. I've never seen anything like that. When this edition would normally be the one that was $19.99. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, and here they have an exclusive edition of 13 Hours. It comes with a book, so a 13 exclusive book for this one. And same price for that, though, you know, if you want the one that comes with the book. And like I said, Hail Caesar was today as well. And this one came out today from Shout Factory, Journey into Space, narrated by Patrick Stewart. Don't know too much about what this one was. And Mr. Right came out today. That one was okay. Didn't think it was that amazing though. And this one, I don't know much about what this one was. Touched with Fire. If you've seen this one, let me know how this one is. Into FYE we go. And over here where they put like the news that just came in, they're really picked over in here. There's like hardly anything new that's come in here. There's like nothing at all. And like still trying to get, you know, $19.99 for Fantastic Four reboot. Night to Remember, but it doesn't seem like they got in too much new stuff. This is like where they put all the brand new things that just have recently come in. And they still have these in here. These ones that no one's bought these. These ones are really expensive now, like out of print ones. Like I said, the later Friday the 13th ones, they still got them all in here though. But I have all those in that box set. We'll look through here though and see if there's anything different, but like in that one section there didn't seem to be too much else, so I don't know if they put anything else in here or not. But I come in here usually once a month and just kind of scan through it and see if they put anything else in here. Like I said, I always just look for where it says the used tags, and you know those are the ones where you could find something out of print. Well, that's all for this DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shop fair today. Went to a whole bunch of different places today. But anyway though guys, thanks again for watching and subscribing. Now stay tuned for a couple new DVD Blu-ray reviews. And the first one I got from Paramount is Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan. It's pretty cool because it's the first time it's released on its director's cut on Blu-ray. It's released on, a director's cut years back, but only on DVD, the 2-disc release. I think it was like 2006 or so. It was a long time ago. It's been released on Blu-ray in the past, the film, but only in the theatrical cut. It had, it came out in the box set with all the movies. And I think they had a standalone edition of the films as well, but this one now, like I said, finally is out in the director's cut with really cool new artwork on this one as well. Really love this drawing for this. But if you guys don't know, Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, this is a sequel to the original film. This is basically starring William Shatner in the original cast of the Enterprise, from the original 60s TV series. It's one of my favorite ones to watch. I thought it was like the most fun one. But it's basically, though, about, Captain Kirk, William Shatner's character is basically now thinking he's pretty much going to be done with flying the Enterprise and, the days of being a captain. He's pretty much going to be teaching, he's basically working a place where he's teaching students about, how to be future captains and training programs and that kind of stuff, because he kind of thinks he's done. Of course, they made a ton more movies after this, and he really wasn't done, but this is what he thought. So he basically, though, is training these kids, and, like one villain from the past, Khan, played by Ricardo Montalban, has come back. He's basically taken over this other ship, and he's trying to set a trap to basically catch Kurt, because he's blaming him for what he did in the past with exiling him and his people and what had happened to them, and he kind of blames them because they were mistreated and all these things like that. So he's basically trying to set a trap to basically catch Captain Kurt and kind of bring him down and get revenge on him. But like I said, it has on here the director's cut of the film, a commentary track, a number of different featurettes in the film, a new one, I believe it's a new one called The Genesis Effect, a 30-minute documentary called The Engineering Hearing, The Wrath of Khan HD. That's, you know, an HD feature on here. And the next one from HBO is Ballers, the complete first season. It's a pretty cool new show on HBO and kind of has the vibe of Entourage, but instead of like being actors and stuff like that in the Hollywood world, it's kind of more football players and retired football players, and kind of following around their lives and their kind of issues and their, you know, stuff at home and their relationship problems, the kind of problems that happen along the way to their lives. But it's Dwayne Johnson who's playing he's like a financial guy who works, you know, with them, and kind of he was one he's basically a retired football player, and now that's kind of what he's doing, is doing financial things and kind of working with the players. So he's kind of changed roles too, where he has also people over his head kind of telling him what to do, and kind of people, you know, that are his bosses and stuff like that. So it's real different, where he was kind of like, you know, this big football guy, and now he's kind of has to take orders, and kind of just like everything is kind of changing in his life, and also deals with other players with kind of situations that they've gotten into in their lives, and all these kind of different things on there. But a pretty cool new show. Like I said, if you guys are a fan of Entourage, it definitely has that kind of feel to it. Has on here too an inside look of the episodes as one of the features on this. The next one, and this one has a really cool artwork on this one. This is up for HBO as well, and Martin Scorsese and Mick Jagger are the producers of this one. It's Vinyl, the complete first season. This is another HBO show as well, but the cover definitely has that record kind of look to it. Really cool one. It's a show set in the 70s, and it's basically about this guy who's a music producer, and he's like the head of this company, and his record label is starting to pretty much fall apart. He's like, you know, was doing really well, but they're having kind of financial issues, and it's not really working so well. It's kind of about him and all the kind of situations and problems he's going on. Also deals with this plot of a whole murder thing going on, and he kind of is looked at as a suspect. But it deals with, you know, him trying to figure out how to keep his, you know, business afloat, and then all the kind of situations that are going on in his life, and he's drinking and has all kinds of drug problems, all these kind of issues on the top of this, on top of trying to keep this business going, and trying to find new acts, and trying to find, you know, somebody who can kind of bring this company back, you know, a brand new act that would kind of bring him back to, you know, being successful again. Olivia Wilde's in this show as well. A lot of people pop up in this show. Juno Temple's in this one. Really pretty cool show. Has on here though the making of Vinyl. You know, how they created the 70s look for this film, for the show, I mean, and commentary tracks and inside episodes looks as well. The next one from Warner Brothers. This is a show I had never seen before, and I don't know if it was Funimation that produced the show or not. I had some of the animators I know that did He-Man and a number of the other one of those kind of shows in the 70s. This is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, the complete first season of it. I don't know how many seasons this went for. I think it was like 2 or 3. And it's kind of a fun show, and like, you know, because you know a lot of these kind of shows in the 70s, they kind of had like the characters and they had like their animal friends and stuff. Of course, you know, Tarzan always had his animal friends, so that kind of works. And it's kind of like Tarzan out in the jungle, and you know, of course in this one he's like talking a lot, and people kind of come to him, and like this kind of, he goes on kind of weird adventures and stuff like that, and kind of has to help people and help animals and stuff like that. It's a really fun show though. It's interesting too when you watch shows like this too, like old animation stuff in the 70s, how they would kind of like reuse certain scenes in certain ways, because you know what they were doing, they were animating these kind of shows really fast back then. So it's kind of an interesting thing to see. But has on here, like I said, all the episodes from the first season. I don't think this has ever been, you know, released on anything in the past, and I don't even think too it's one of those ones that I can remember ever seeing on TV or anything. It's kind of cool too when you see shows that are kind of like you haven't seen anywhere in years, you know, finally get releases. The next one from Via Pictures, and I really like this show. I think it's a Danish movie, I think. I'm not 100% certain, but it's called Help, I've Shrunk the Family. And it's got that kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids kind of borrowers kind of feel to it. And it's basically about this kid who, you know, kind of like discovers this little, like small little guy in his house, like this small little shrunken down guy. And he's kind of like wondering what had happened to this guy and how he was like that. And he kind of becomes friends with him, but the guy that he's discovered is kind of going and screwing things up. And he's like doing these kind of magical spells and stuff like that, but he doesn't really know what he's doing. So like he put a spell on the cat and like froze it into stone, but then he didn't know how to fix it back. And then he put a spell on the neighbor who was like this poet, and then he ended up blowing the guy up to like in the rock formation, and he was huge. And there's all these kind of situations that are going on with him. And then at one point in the movie, he ends up having to get they go to this restaurant, and the guy causes this huge mess, and the dad's like, you got to get us out of here. This is going to ruin things to my job. They know I'm going to get arrested for us making this huge mess in the restaurant. So he ends up introducing the little guy to his father, and then he ends up shrinking them down, and then they end up having to go, his sister as well, and they end up shrinking them down and having to go on this adventure of how they're going to get back to the house, and how they're going to also keep that statue that he blew up with that neighbor from being torn down, because it's like causing all these traffic jams. I don't know, I thought this was like a really, really fun kids movie. Has that real 90s kind of feel to it, but I really like this one a lot. And the last one from Filmrise and MVD is, I think it's like Elstree, 1973. This is basically a documentary talking about kind of the extras and the background actors and the actors that were in the suits in the first Star Wars film, kind of talking about their experiences on the film. It's fairly actually pretty interesting. It talks about, the creatures who are in a number of the people, wearing Darth Vader's costume, a number of different creatures and stuff like that, and kind of talking to them about how they got the part, kind of about their experiences on set with George Lucas, and then they kind of play some clips of them and kind of talk about their experience and talk about some of the scenes that they were in that got cut from the movie, and kind of like their memories of it, and kind of like how it helped them in their careers and what they're still doing now. And it's basically like, just like I said, it's just kind of a documentary about how these people got this job, and how they had no idea what Star Wars really was at the time, and had no clue that it was going to blow up to be what it did. And there's some cool stuff too of a lot of the actors and stuff too going to conventions and stuff like that. I always love that stuff, scenes at conventions and them signing autographs, and it shows like some of their lines are insane lines. I don't think a lot of the Star Wars people out here sign. I know like the Chewbacca actor and one or two others, but not a lot of the ones that I've seen in this documentary signing, at least not in the US. But a pretty cool, I thought, documentary, like a different thing on Star Wars than you would think of normally. But anyway though, guys, that's all for the review portion of this video. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.